actually is pulling him in quickly. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, is it a dead heat? I think we've got a dead heat.
This is going to work well for Oily again.
Yes, both.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that Corvette is fast.
Look at how many cars are trying to go through here. They're 3 wide coming through. Squiddy's got fed out into the wall. They're 2 wide coming up through the cutting.
Oh, he's making a move on Viking Racer now into the dipper and does it. He's gone around the outside into the dipper. What a move.
Oh, he runs a little bit wide. He's on the grass.
Keep it clean. Come on, Oil, bring it home. It's
Showman's got the run.
Stand finish. Who's got to get it? Showman's got it. Oh, he's just taken out the win on the
West side down the hill. Captain's got his nose in front just barely. Oh, he has full trust in him. They're still side by side. Captain takes the position around the outside down the hill.
Around the outside.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to have 3 wide. Adam's going wide. Adam's going deep under the brakes under Rexy. Gets the pass done. Goes Adam from
Fourth to first.
What a move.
Hello and welcome to round 7 of Wheel to Wheel Racing. Tonight we have our Division 2 drivers taking on Spa, lovely track at Belgium, and we are expecting a bit of moisture here at Spa, so yeah, it'll definitely shake things up for the Division 2 drivers this evening. And joining me in the commentary box tonight is my good friend Dale Teeks. How are we going, mate?
Yeah, good. Thanks, man. Spa, moist, it's a match made in heaven. You wouldn't really want to dry Spa, so yeah, I think the guys are up to the challenge and it's going to be an exciting night for them. So yeah, bringing us the visuals for this race is Captain Lowside. Welcome back for another round.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Goat. It's great to be here. It's a wet Spa, as we've all said already. I can see start of a dry line already, so it'll be interesting to see what tyre choices we get, and of course, what future weather is going to come our way for Div 2.
Yeah, it is. It's quite interesting with this weather. It can change at any moment. We are at mercy to the weather god this evening of what he decides to make it. But without further ado, I think we might kick off a bit of qualifying.
It's also how Polyphony plays ball. Let's be real. They've got the same weather setting we do, but they've actually got rain.
Yeah.
The nuances of Gran Turismo 7 still seem to be plaguing us and just really not playing ball.
It's exactly like RBR that we had before. I remember we had a... it was, if you started on a wet setting, it would rain and you'd need inters. But if you put that wet setting to finish off the race, the rain wouldn't come. It was very similar for the Div 1 race.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
And yeah, so we'll be we'll see how these guys get on with it. Qualifying will also be in the rain initially, so yeah, I'm gonna say, I don't know if you want to get in and do a quick lap first up, or we'll do one a bit later on when the dry line forms. So there's a couple of ways you can go about this. So yeah, we'll see how they tackle it today.
So it looks like the entire grid is on inters so far, so the weather is obviously playing ball in that sort of middle park of the rain gauge that we see on our heads-up displays. So be interesting to see if the track does dry out and if you are better off waiting until that absolute last second, like we see in Formula 1 so regularly. And drying track, it's going to be a no-brainer to walk away with pole.
Yeah, I don't know how long the lobby had been open before quality kicked off, but the moisture levels were really down to the bottom of that bar.
Oh, the Camel Straight is a mess. It's just sprinkled a little bit, and then it is just too wet for intermediates.
It's
so
oh no!
We are seeing
chaos on the Camel Straight.
So I was on board with Dragon just before, and he just made it through Eau Rouge and Ray Dion, but then got 2/3 of the way down Camel Straight, and it just the back end just spat out on him. That's all it did. So dare I say, we might see some people quitting back to the pits, or actually doing a full lap, heading back to the pits. It's we're seeing DCE in the background struggle to get away now as well. That's a bit chaotic.
But through start of sector 2, it's right smack bang in the middle, so they just need to be aware of the moisture levels and just keep an eye on that the whole way through, and just drive accordingly. So, I mean, look at Darth Berserk, he's doing all right, going through that mid sector. Majiski's off to the side there, but just got to feather the throttle, be a gear or two higher than you normally would through the corners. Don't rev too much, and really early shifting, and you should be able to make it through. But it's very difficult conditions. It's borderline inters versus wets, but as I said before quali kicked off, it had dried out where the moisture was more towards the bottom, almost getting into dry tire territory. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this unfolds. I really do feel for Dragon though. He's in that, I don't know, 50-year-old Toyota Supra there that got that turbo spool right at the top. So man, that car can just kick sideways on you at any minute there. Does it only have 5 gears as well? Am I wrong on that?
No, it has 6, I believe.
It has 6? Okay.
Yeah,
but
like you said,
6 around here.
Yeah, I just haven't seen him use it yet, but through that back straight. We'll just see if he does duck in here for wets though.
At the moment, you can't really get that much speed up in the wet to actually need 6 gears. So if it stays wet all round, then happy days.
Sideways coming across the start. He's trying to start his flying lap.
As he comes out of the bus stop in 3rd gear, which is pretty hilarious. So he can get some sort of power down. Yeah, but
I don't even know who to look here. This is like, I'd expect the McLaren to do well. Gitman in the McLaren, he should do alright for TDR racing. Mazda drives like an MR, so touching on the Milo Privateer, he should be pretty quick too. Madriski's been quick all season in the Lexus. How does the Suzuki go in the wet there, Lozide?
It's a wily beast, to put it lightly. I have honestly done very little practice this week, and unfortunately was MIA for the Div 1 race just before, so haven't actually got any hard evidence to support my claims. But from what I have done in the wet, which is about 30 seconds, it's similar to the Supra in the sense of it'll just spool up and spit out on you at the drop of a hat.
Well, see, here we go. Outlap was insane, but it's already down to the section of the track. It's already definitely enters territory here, so it was a matter of just surviving the Camel Straight on the outlap and rolling with it. But I think that's going to be insane for lap 1, because I'm pretty sure start of quali kind of mirrors the time progression for the race as well.
True.
So I think they will be starting on intermediates, but we might see a couple spin on the Camel Straight.
Yeah, it's a brave run. And I don't think we'll be seeing too many overtakes either, because we can see a dry line already forming, and if you're on inters moving off of that dry line, it's game over as soon as you hit that wet patch.
Yeah, it is like driving on ice, going off the dry line. But yeah, there's a lot of variety in cars this week. Well, for the rain, it's so you've got mid-rear cars like what MCDC and Viper in, like the Porsche, which have a lot of rear rotation and are quite good in wet conditions, I'd say. And you've got turbocharged things like what Dragon's in, which is a bit of a handful to say the least. Then something like what Oil's in, I believe that's front engine.
It is front engine rear drive. And 4-cylinder two 4-cylinders and a giant turbo hanging off the side of it. So is an interesting one. We see Dragon come across the line at a 2:35.2. MCDC's coming up next, and he beats it by 4/10. So track is already drying out. Who's next coming across the line? Oil has jumped up into 3rd. Yeah, we're seeing a flurry of quicker laps here. So basically, whoever's running at the tail of the pack so far is going to be jumping up the line. Yeah,
Jonesy in the Suzuki. 1.8 clear.
And DCE and Suit Lad. Pushed MCDC. down to
Suitlad's
fifth.
time was impacted. He was behind Darth Berserk for a little bit. It looked like he was kind of giving Darth a bit of a hurry up through the mid-sector there too. So Suitlad's probably got another half second to a second in that, if you can kind of mirror that lap.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I believe as the session goes on, it will get drier and drier, and we may even see people going on to slicks.
I was just about
if
to
it
ask
doesn't
that.
rain again.
Yeah, if that's going to throw another spanner in the works, you've got to time that very well, and you'd have to be so on point in terms of staying on your line. Like I said before, you don't want to be hitting that wet patch in inters, let alone slicks. You'd just be absolute game over. So, yeah, I'll be keen. I'll be keen to see if somebody puts in a hot lap on slicks.
Some parts of the track, it's just below that first moisture level line, so you know, it's starting to dry out to that level, but I'm not sure. I mean, if it was just dries only, then yeah, you would be pitting anyway just to try and get it. But so look, even Dragon is 2.4 seconds purple at the second split right there, in that Supra. So these times are going to start tumbling. It may not have been wise to be the first one out of the pits in these conditions, to be honest.
See, I wonder, it might play either to his strengths or completely opposite that. He may just be the one to get in that one extra lap compared to everybody else.
Yeah, there is that. You definitely want to still be out there, but you can still kind of get that extra lap in by pitting as well. So you could have just still kind of come out last, not pitted, and got through. There you go, 3.9 seconds clear.
Yeah, track is absolutely drying.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, handles turn one pretty well. Let's see who's next to come across the line here. We've got Suitlad. He's got Oil right in front of him as well. So where does Oil go? Oil 229. Suitlad pole 1/10 quicker than Dragon.
1/10.
Yeah.
So even on a drying track.
Oil.
Sorry, yeah, even on a drying track, we're seeing times still incredibly close. Jonesy just jumps up again as well. Yeah, holding on to third.
Looks like no one's going in for slicks. So
I think I saw
Untouchables
coming into the pits before, but I could be wrong.
He's on softs. He's on softs.
There we go.
Whoa, there you go.
Brave man.
I think we might go on board with the lap with Touchy, the fastest lap king.
Let's do it.
As he comes into turn one, down into second gear, gets the power on nice and gingerly. And that track is looking very dry now. This will be a
He's
very
going to need to be
quick lap.
so precise though. That moisture level spikes so high as soon as you get off that racing line. So he's going to need to be very careful. And he has just touched the wet line there. He's put the lift.
Oh, that's a moment.
It is a moment and a half. Now down this Camel Straight, it should be alright being this dry. He's got to think about what sort of braking marker he's going to use down here.
He's
1.5 seconds up.
He is going hard on softs here.
He's had a huge moment. I think he's alright though. Keeps it in third gear around there.
I mean, honestly, after that first second, that first split at 1.5 seconds up, I would just be chilling out a little bit, just going.
Yeah.
I just need to bring this home.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything too silly.
No.
Nah,
stay away from curbs. Definitely.
Go for it. Really put the hammer down. You know,
which isn't
put
what
him to
he's
the
doing.
sword.
Oh, we've got some traffic coming up. Oh, this is final lap too. See, there we go. Touchy has timed it perfectly. He just needs to bring this home, and he will be on pole.
Down here through. Oh, very scary on the curb. Brakes at the start of the curb on the left, down to third gear. Tips it in. Stay on the dry line through here.
Dragon's also improved by similar. He's down to 226 right then. Even on the inters. Oh, no, he's gone straight on.
Whoa.
He
didn't have enough time.
Continuation, 10 minutes. That's all you get.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so some lobbies do a continuation of just the default 30 seconds. Others still let you get a full lap in. We haven't really got a direction on what to do in the weekly settings on what the appropriate one is. So
that's tough.
Bad
something they may raise during the week.
I'm sure he would have been on pole there.
Without a doubt. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so the guys have 30 seconds.
So
for
is anyone going to
tyres.
do a Tsukuba? Group 4 Tsukuba, first season on GT7, if anyone remembers. Is anyone going to gamble on softs from the start? Last a lap, lap and a half, and
That is a
hopefully you can hang on.
massive risk. I mean, we saw everyone play pinball on intermediates through Eau Rouge. I would be tiptoeing, absolutely tiptoeing on softs.
Fuel map 6.
Yeah,
Six gear everywhere.
I mean, look, it's possible. Who knows? We have Dragon on pole, Suitlad in second, rounding out the front row, and Jonesy rounding out the effective podium. So Suzuki's mixing it up there with some of the mid rears and of course Dragon. So on board with Dragon. Let's stay with him. Actually, I'll jump back a couple of cars.
Yeah, I can drop back a couple so we can kind of...
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in with oil.
Choose a Suzuki, yeah. Suzuki, because you got the in-car camera, because you got the mad mirrors.
Oh, we've seen Jonesy false start. That's
it
going to hurt.
is chaos. Everyone on intermediate's having a lot of trouble getting off the line.
Oil's on wets. No, there's a bit of change. Madriski's on wets. DCE's on wets. Oil's on wets.
Oh, Viper's spun out of turn 1. That is so unlucky.
Yep. MCDC's also gone for wets as well, so...
I think we'll see.
Although they saw a very quickly drying track in quali, they're going for wets. I think the Inters have got the upper hand here for the second half of the race.
Super Dragon is in a lot of trouble down this Camel Straight.
Yeah, he cannot keep that thing straight.
him.
Yeah, MCDC just breezes past.
Oh, he's nearly spun it again.
Jonesy's spun. Viper's spun at the top of a Rouge. Oh, it's chaos. Oh no.
Darth Berserker's around at the end of Kemmel, yep. Oh, that's in a really awkward spot. He's struggling that clutch to get it moving again. There we go. You should see Vipers just avoid going up the back of him.
Touch is very... Oh, it's just... Everything's happening everywhere. Suitlad, he was on the front row. He's down in 7th at the moment. Trying to get untouchables for 7th there. He's got mid in front of him. He's got a half-second penalty. Man, if we ever needed a replay, that would have been the maddest time for it down the Kemmel Straight.
Oh, MCDC's run a little bit wide in Puon. Oh,
he's on the infield.
Bit of a moment. He's
on.
He's
that's
it.
so easily done through that section.
Yeah, just got that slightly wrong.
Dragon's just tiptoeing around here at the moment. Gimpman 0.3 of a second back in the McLaren. Oil's right there on wets as well, so this is really playing into his hands in the early goings. But I mean, you only got 3.5 laps in quali, and it was already drying in lap 2, 3. So don't know how long the wets are actually going to be beneficial for him.
Yeah, I'd say.
Oh, Touchy's around.
Someone's gone. Yep.
Oh, I saw that happen
gone.
just in the corner of the screen there, and just managed to get onto him for his what I think was a double pirouette. He's managed to get it going again though, but he has lost a bunch of time and a few positions, and possibly another one to a recovering MCDC here. He's coming up at full pace.
Yeah, I'd say we're in intermediate territory now. Just with that track just drying out that little bit, I'd say.
Oh, look at this start-finish straight. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth.
Dragon's doing a great job wrestling that Pokemon Super right there. He's doing an awesome job. Oil and the Flood going for a move up the inside of Gimp for second spot. If he gets the power down, I think he's got this.
Oh, no, mid's around at turn 1.
Ah, no.
Unlucky mid.
Viper and Darth Berserker side by side coming up to a Rouge. Who's going to back out here?
Someone's going to have to lift.
And that is Darth Berserk.
Wise move.
Yeah. You really don't want to go 2x2 through that in the dry. So, let alone the wet. So it's all kicking off here, really. I'd say the wet-tired people are just struggling a little bit rather than intermediate drivers at the moment. I wonder if it'd be nearly worth it for people to pit and go
What's the time loss?
Pit loss in Spa is huge, isn't it? 35, 40 seconds if you're just doing tyres.
I think it's somewhere around 30, yeah. But you know, if we saw
the likes of Oil duck in at
Touchy.
the end of this lap, he's got 4 laps to recover at, you know, maybe 4 or 5 seconds a lap quicker than those on Inters.
The race is too short. He's in third, there's no point.
Yeah.
The guy, Gimp's on wets in front of him, DCE's on wets behind him, Suitlad's the next Inters runner, and Touchy. So, the wets are on there, they're just going to have to stick to it. There's not enough time in a 6-lap race to make it up, I don't think.
Yeah, I'd tend to agree. Just ran out the wets, see how far it's going to get you. Trying to move through traffic here is going to be the hardest thing. If you're on a set of softs, you need to move off of the racing line to get a move done onto the wet. You've got no hope.
Speaking of a move here, we've got Suitlad and DCE side by side down the back straight. Suitlad gets the move done before the corner. I think DCE let off a little bit to get him through there, but again, that's Suitlad on Inters versus wets there.
We have
Inters,
Untouchables making a move on DCE here as well, or looking to, side by side into the bus stop. DCE's potentially holding it on the outside. Yep. Is there a crisscross
Goes for
going?
the switchback, he does. He gets the power down too.
Nice move. Well thought out and held on for just one more corner. Got the move done. Looks like DCE is struggling.
Coming down to it as well. He's on wets.
Ah, gotcha. Yep. So DCE is struggling because he's on wets, and MCDC having recovered after that lap 1 spin. Already back up into 7th place.
Yeah, he is also on wets too, but that Porsche is just probably just a little bit better in these conditions than the Jag is.
Yeah,
I'm sure Goat can confirm or deny that.
Yeah, no, the Porsche really does like the rain. It rotates a lot better than all the other cars. Oh, Jonesy is on the grass trying to get past Darth.
And up ahead, Vipers with the purple lap has now got a 1-second penalty as well.
Oh no. Bad luck for Viper. He's doing so well. He's got so much pace. I'm sure he'll reel it back in. There's still a top 5 on the table.
Dragon's pulling away now. 1.8, 2 seconds gap ahead of Gimpman. Then you got Oil is totally under pressure here from Suitlad. Wets versus Inters again here. Suitlad's really wanting to make a move here because if he takes too long, he's got Touchy right behind him as well. So he really needs to get a move on here so he doesn't come under threat there.
Yeah, as we got Suitlad looking a bit racy on Mr. Oil Can. Oil is on wets and intermediate on the Suitlad on the intermediate tyre.
No, that was a green flag. I thought I saw a yellow flag there somewhere. It's just greens.
Oh, Touchy's gone round. Touchy has gone round. He's down in 10th with a bit of damage.
And with Mid coming up right behind him too.
Yeah, that is unlucky for Touchy. So, back to the front. Oh, well, back to 8th. We've got Viper serving his penalty. And Darth Berserk grabs that position. And Darth will remain in 8th for the moment.
Yeah, look, I know Darth hasn't enjoyed the wet race here, so I think he'll be very, very happy to see a dry race for race 2, which I think is on the forecast, so we'll see what PD does. But race 2, reverse grid, I think some of the guys who are having a tough time will be loving the look of race 2.
Yeah, definitely. It's,
I just got to say though, sorry, Goat, I'm totally cutting you off. I just got to say the visuals and the graphics, how everything looks with the light reflections and the car's presence on track is absolutely stunning. I'm actually quite in awe sitting here watching this race at the moment.
Yeah. Especially some of the in-car shots when you get the lights flickering in the cabin from the headlights behind.
Yeah.
It's a good spectacle.
Yeah, it is awesome to watch as we see Vipers trying for a move around the outside of Darth Berserk.
Oh, he's hit the wet curb.
No, that is unlucky for Viper. He waits for Touchy and mid.
It's too wet for the curbs. Too wet for braking on him, unfortunately.
Darth Berserk, he didn't really give him much room there. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you can fit a car there, it's his choice to go there.
Yeah. Anyway, back at the front, we've got Super Dragon out to a 4-second lead to Gimp Man, who is half a second in front of Oily, with Suit Lad just behind Oily there.
Still a battle back here, 6th, 7th, 8th here. Jonesy, MCDC and Darth at the moment. Darth's all over the back of Jonesy and that Suzuki. MCDC, I think, has kind of just got past them both and is maybe pulling away a little bit, but it's probably one of the closer battles here right now. It's again MCDC on the wets in the Porsche and the Suzuki and the Mustang back on the Inters here at the moment, but very, very close battle with these guys. And Jonesy does have the purple as well, so he's definitely got the pace in that Suzuki. Man, I love that 7th gear that it's got as well. It sounds awesome. Yeah, just lets off. Nice control through there.
Yeah, it definitely does. Dragon seems to be running away with this one as he has found the purple lap. Oh, DCE's found himself a penalty.
Yeah, depending on how they finish this next lap here, DCE could find himself back in 8th spot after serving that penalty. With a train of 3 cars up on him, he's struggling to pull up that Jag. Jag on the wets right there on MCDC, gets straight past him, no issues. Next in the line, Jonesy and Darth. Let's see if they can make the move. Oh, Jonesy very aggressive through Eau Rouge.
He's made a huge mistake through there.
Oh, Jonesy with a half-second penalty from that too. Darth takes advantage. Mustang's pretty quick in a straight line. Suzuki is a bloody rocket though. So we'll see if he's going to try and get them both into... Yeah, no, shows the nose, pulls out of it though. Good driving from all of them there. Oh, and this is a great view on the Suzuki though. I love the in-car shot. No! Jonesy's looped it.
You had to be talking about Jonesy.
I was talking about the car. The car looked awesome.
The car in cab does look
Jonesy.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Maybe let's, for that, not to continue cursing 13R at all, but
We're going
I'm
on to the
going to
Mustang,
jump.
is that what you're doing?
No, I was actually going to jump on with Oil for some onboard action from the Group 3 Suzuki. So Suit, actually, that was a great shot of Suit come flying past there.
Yeah, Suit just got the better run off that that last corner, and Oil couldn't really do much there.
So help me out here, boys. Dragon is on Inters.
He is.
Yes.
And how about the rest of the field as we run through? Gimp?
Wets.
Gimp Man on wets. Suit Lad intermediates. Oily is on the wet tyre. MCDC wets as well. DCE wets. Darth Berserk intermediate. Madruski wets. Viper's Fang intermediates. Jonesy intermediates. And Untouchables on the intermediate tyre.
Wonderful. Yeah, so it's interesting seeing a bit of a mix and how everyone's shuffling around now with a dry track. Oil's got 8.5 seconds back to MCDC, who's actually done a very good job to recover after lap 1 up into 5th place. Moving on to the final lap though, it's that's a huge gap to make up.
Yeah, the wets are currently about 3 seconds a lap slower than the Inters at this point of the race. So Suitlad's only 1.5 back at Gimp Man. This could, although they both did the exact same lap time last lap, but we'll see if the further drying conditions really
Suit would have been
wets and loses the grip.
Yeah, Suit would have been held up a little bit trying to get past Oil and do so in a clean manner. So a little bit of time lost there. So yeah, who knows? Yep. Maybe Gimp's able to just hold him out.
Yeah, I just saw quite interestingly, Gimp Man is going over to the wet patches of the track on the straight just to keep his wet tyres that little bit cooler. So
smart man.
Yeah, just so they don't burn up and lose a heap of grip. So I'd say that is big part of why he's still up there in second.
Yeah, some of the wet runners, although I wasn't sure it was the right tyre, they just got a good enough gap at the beginning and stayed out of trouble. And it's just a matter of holding on for those last 3 laps. So yeah, they did a good job of building that gap and just keeping it on the track and pointed in the right way.
Yeah, which definitely helps.
Yeah, I mean, Oil's opened up 2 seconds over MCDC. I think he's having a bit of a struggle lap here. Darth Berserk's closing in on him, so that might be another close finish. So lad, what is he, 1.2?
It hasn't closed dramatically enough, I don't think, for a move to happen in the last couple corners.
It's 3/10. It is just he's got it down to a second though. He's almost in slip. If Gimp can't get the power down through this corner.
Oh, Viper's having a bit of a battle with DCE here through the S's. Viper on the intermediate tyre and DCE on the wet, so Viper been looking to make a move here. Having a little bit grippier tyre. Couldn't really make it work around the outside, but
yeah, Super Dragon's drowning the final corner here. He's just led from the beginning, put on a clinic.
Absolutely dominated.
Final lap.
Yeah, 26.6, 26.7, 26.2 for the last 3 laps. Fantastic effort.
Yeah.
Gib with second
Well,
and Suitlad right on his tail, round out the podium there.
Suit with the purple, 25.6 on that final lap too. Oil holds on to 4th. He had a bit of an issue on that final lap.
MCDC will bring it home for 5th place. Darth Berserk 6th. Viper's Fang gets past DCE for 7th. A good drive, mate. DCE 8th. Jonesy 9th. Bit of an unlucky one. Just 10th. And Untouchables is not having a good night in 11th.
Timings really haven't worked for Touchy, unfortunately. Yeah, rounding out the field, 7th place.
Shout out to everyone in the stream. Make sure you like, share, tell everyone, come watch it. There's nothing else to do on a Sunday night. Nothing better than watching some great racing around Spa. Get everyone in on it. All right.
So race 1 done and dusted. Fill me in on the details for race 2, boys. What's the potential weather looking like and lap count? What are we in store for?
I think it's 17 laps of supposed to be drying up, I think, for the guys. So medium tyres are available. I don't think softs or hards will be. I think it's, just split it down the middle if there's no rain. Do like a 9.8 or a 10.7 or something like that. And the undercut game could be strong. So we'll just kind of see who does what approach.
Yeah, it sounded like you covered everything there, Dale.
The only thing we didn't cover is if PD plays ball and it actually stays dry.
Yeah, that's highly unlikely. Dynamic weather is, I say living up to its name.
Yeah.
It's different every time you choose the same settings.
It's going to be overcast. It's going to be cloudy for the whole race. It might get a little less cloudy towards the end of it, but yeah, so rain should be off the cards. So I think this is kind of advantaged the guys that didn't really have a good race. There's not really much in it in terms of looking at the radar or worrying about is the rain going to come or not. It's just chuck the mediums on, go as long and as hard as you can, and do it again for the second half of the race, really.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty easy. You just got to split this one down the middle and jump onto another set of mediums and save a bit of fuel when necessary, really.
So in terms of grid being set, are we looking at a short quali or a reverse grid based on race 1 results? Wonderful.
Yeah. So Touchy's got his pole position.
I mean, any pole position is a pole position. Who are we waiting on to tick in? Everyone's there.
No one. Everyone's in now.
Good to tick things off. Actually, you know what? Let's have a hold on the race start, and we'll jump across to some adverts. We'll be right back with all viewers in just a short moment.
Never scrub again with Easy Clean. Whether it's the shower or bath, grouting, patio or even the kitchen sink, Easy Clean's advanced surface treatments restore, protect and seal surfaces, reducing your cleaning time by up to 90%. With their lifetime guarantee, you can restore your surfaced areas to their original sparkling condition with effortless ease. Call 1300 146 136 or visit easyclean.com.au today. That's EasyClean.com.au. Easy Clean today for an easier clean tomorrow.
I'm a gamer, a foodie, a boss lady. I am sporty, outdoorsy, outspoken. I am fashion. I am old-fashioned. What I am not is the same. But none of us are. We are all individuals with unique interests, needs, and goals.
We believe that everyone should have the right to live the life they want for themselves.
Whether it be exploring the world,
Dog walking,
or binge watching their favorite show.
So instead of searching for the things that we do the same,
Let's champion the things that set us apart.
because we're not innovating for disabilities.
We're innovating for individuals.
And thank you very much to our sponsors here at Wheel to Wheel. If we didn't have them, we wouldn't be able to do what we are doing today.
It really does sound like a recording when we say that, but quite literally, we wouldn't be able to bring you streams that we do, and all that we do at Wheel to Wheel without our sponsors as well. So yeah, big shout out to those guys. Reverse grid, gents. Where do we want to jump on for?
Maybe not first because the Mazda doesn't get off the line very quickly. I still think mid-pack is a really good spot to go for first corner viewing. So maybe around Viper's Fang or something like that.
Wonderful. Already on with him.
Jump on board with Viper. Alright.
Lights out, and everyone gets a much cleaner start than what we did see in race 1. 2 wide, multiple deep coming into turn 1. Everyone's trying to jostle for position. Outside line seems to be a bit quicker. Looks like Oil's made up a few spots already.
Yeah, Oil already into 6th from, I believe it was 4th last, wherever that is. So that's a good start for me. Viper having a huge moment.
Jonesy also went a little bit tight on the top of Eau Rouge there, but I think at the risk of jinxing it, has gotten away without getting a track limit penalty. So he's in a great position for the 17 lap race here.
Yeah, and 4th and 5th have managed to find 1.5 second penalties. So that is very unlucky for those guys. It's not really the way you want to start it.
Everyone is looking a lot racier in the dry here. Oh!
Vipers went for a little bit of a gap that just wasn't fully there. Might have been a little bit of lag involved in that too, but MCDC's just been spit off into the fence down into...
It did look a lot more severe than what the cars were looking like in, like you say, in terms of lag, just pushing MCDC out into the nether regions. Yeah, agreed. It definitely was a weird one. The gap was kind of there, but then not, and oh no, Darth's gone around as well. DCE, not the opening lap you want on a 17 lapper here at Spa. Penalty and a bit of a spin. Unfortunate.
As Touchy spun it.
Touchy spun it.
Oh no. You wouldn't read about it.
Chaotic first lap. Are we still seeing some wet weather here? Some layover track? No, just people going out.
There is no moisture on the track at all. So Vipers has served his penalty. He's down into 5th. He's got Dragon closing at rapid speeds coming into the bus stop. And he'll have Gimp. Yeah, Dragon's gone for the move. Will he get the job done though? Vipers have got the
maybe
inside
not
run
here.
for the... they both get a little bit out of shape there. Gib
Gib
takes
saying,
advantage.
thank
you,
you.
boys.
Yep.
Although, he can't get the power down. Viper's Fang gets the run out of the corner. Dragon's going to get the inside run on Gimpman. Gimpman's not going to take...
Too wide.
How's that? Gain 2 positions and lose them in the space of 1 straight.
I wasn't on board with him. I wonder if he just got a little bit twitchy coming out of the corner and just couldn't get the power down.
That's all it takes. Yeah.
But Dragon all the way up into 6th already, starting from last on the grid. So he's already made up half the field there.
And
Oily overlapping a bit.
In 3rd, only 4 seconds off the lead. So that's a great start with him as well.
Yeah, that will definitely help with a few unlucky penalties there. A few people getting 1.5 second penalties. I think there's about 3 or 4 of them there, plus Touchy with the spin as well. So it's just kind of more of attrition here. Suit Lab too, he was up in the top 3. He's already up into 4th as well. So not really taking as long to get towards the front than what we would normally hope in a reverse grid race.
Oh, Suitlab with a big moment. He's just managed to gather it up. And that's a scary section, of course, to lose the tail end.
Oh, not going to lie, that corner, I love the corner. I always felt it was very frustrating and very inconsistent. But chucking in a VR, it's like, man, you can actually hit the apex almost every single time there. So definitely a game changer in certain parts of these the tracks if you got the opportunity to jump into VR.
You sending me a little hint there, are you, Dale?
Yeah. I think you should jump in, give it a crack, and look. I don't think you're going to be as quick straight off the bat, but I don't think it'll be long till you get up to the same speed, and you'll find that there are definitely certain corners where it's a lot easier to take in VR than what it is in just a normal flat screen. And I find that corner's one of them just because you can kind of look around it that little bit better. And even turn 1 here is just that I feel a little bit easier as well in getting that right on the apex and brushing that wall.
Well, like I said, if anybody in Melbourne, Australia, putting the public shout out there, if anyone does have a VR that they would be willing to let me rock up and have a play with, shout out. Name's Captain Lowside. Hit me up.
Hey, well, I think Apex has got one running a bit cheap for you. If you did one. No.
So it looks like Dragon has successfully made a move on Viper's Fang 5th place. So basically 2 laps, and Dragon has made up 6 or 7 places overall.
Yeah, Viper's just not having much luck in that last chicane, that bus stop. Porsche likes to have a bit of a moment through theirs. He has a bit of a look that thinks better of it at the end of that Camel Straight there.
Yeah, I'd feel the Porsche would be awesome through the mid-sector there, but would be a little tricky at turn 1 and the exit of the bus stop, just with the elevation change and change of direction there. So it is a case of, I think, hold on for dear life and then cane it through the middle sector.
Pretty much, yeah. It definitely struggles on the straights, as we know, and it's kind of fast in the wrong spots. Like it's blistering in this second sector, but if you've got a someone in front of you who's defending quite well, there's not much you can really do with it, and then they just disappear on the straight. So yeah, it's a bit challenging.
Yeah, I've been in the Porsche a few times and it's always been the main painful. You can get them through the corners and it's like, man, you're getting holding up and then straights come, you can't get a move done, even with slip. Pull out and you hit a brick wall. So really do feel for the guys, but overall it's a good package. But 13R, they're cleaning up here. 1st and 3rd, coming to the end of lap 3. Jonesy's got a 4-second lead over Madriski in second as well. Looks like 13R, they're well on their way for a very, very strong showing here.
You can stop talking about my team there, Dale. That'd be great. No, really.
13R is on rails at the moment.
Yeah, and we are going to stay exactly that same way.
Yep.
Going to stay there.
Yep.
Nothing's going to change. Oil will get mid-risky and we'll lock out front row. Job done.
So Oiley's got Sudlad right behind him here. Look, I think Oiley, he's a really good defender. I think, you know, he's got the measure here. I think he's just sitting behind Madriski at the moment, not really pushing too hard. He actually is looking after the tyres quite well, which is what we expect out of him. The front right is definitely a lot better looking than Madriski in front of him. And he's got slightly better fuel advantage. He's definitely got the fuel advantage over Suit Lad by about 5-10%.
Look at that gap drop. I'm just looking. I was just watching the delta between Madriski and Oil as they were both coming down the Camel Straight, and the gap was just over 1 second, 1.08, as they were going through Eau Rouge, and it dropped down to what, 4/10 I think I saw at one point, just on the Camel Straight. That straight line of the little Suzuki is just unreal.
I mean, that's what happens when you bolt two engines together.
I mean, you get double the horsepower.
Yeah, I think
Suzuki's
Suzuki's pretty...
made a bit of a mistake. Ooh. Oil might have a go here. Oh, he lifts.
Suzuki's pretty famous for doing the two-engine cars, aren't they? One of the Pikes Peak, I think, had a double engine in it as well.
Oh, true. Yeah, the Escudo is what I know it as. I think some countries may have called it the Vitara, but yeah, either way, Pikes Peak car. Actually, that's a great point.
Yeah, and that thing is a weapon.
Favourite car in the early Gran Turismo days, if I can say so.
Yes, that was always a ball of fun to get that and just keen everything with it.
Oh, it's great fun.
One of the early
Enter it in Sunday Cup.
Was
the
good
best.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, when they first put the Ford GT40 into it though, the old 60s, 70s version, that car was a weapon as well. That was a lot of fun.
So do you reckon we'll see Oil make a move coming into the bus stop here? He's all over the back of Madriski. He's going to have the... I reckon he's got the pace to do it. Oh, no, we've just lost 3/10. What happened there?
There's a yellow flag somewhere. Oh, Tachi's is stopped on at the start-finish line.
That's a very awkward place to stop. Is he direct? Is he?
He's not there.
Is that like a reset, or is that him just stopped?
I don't know.
I'm not sure what's going on. Very, very curious. I'd be applauding to Touchy if he can hear me to back out of the race if he's not going to participate. Only causes the yellow flag to be out on start finish straight.
Yeah, because if people do pass, just as that yellow flag is out in that last sector, then people can get penalties for that.
Yeah, which is not great. So what we did miss though was Oil getting the jump on Suitlad there, and has then introduced Suitlad to Madriski and Dragon.
No, it's the other way around. Madriski was in second. Suitlad was closing in on them both. Madriski's had a moment somewhere.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe
Yeah,
turn one or through Eau Rouge or something.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, Madriski was in second place. He's lost positions to both Oil and Suit.
Oh,
he's around too.
No.
We had to be talking about him. That's
oh no.
That's very sucky.
Unlucky, man. But we do have Dragon. He's brought himself right in on this battle pack here. He does have worse off tyres. However, he's got the pace here. So, there Tachi has jumped out.
He's our first DNF of the round.
Yeah, unlucky to Tachi. The Mazda was looking a bit of a handful for him tonight in the overcast conditions and the wet conditions. Mazda does like to go tail first through certain areas, so definitely had his hands full.
And by certain areas, you mean the whole track?
I mean, any period that you've got to slightly move that steering wheel. Yeah, pretty much.
So great battle going on here for second. Oil holding out Suitlad by 6/10. Suitlad holding out Dragon by about 8 to 9/10. And varying gaps the whole way through. But if Suitlad stays in Oil's slipstream, I think they're going to stay with them the whole time. So I reckon Oil just needs to put in a great first corner here. Just break that slipstream, and the Merc is just not going to be able to keep up down Camel Straight there.
Well, Suitlad really needs to start saving a bit of fuel, though. He's at risk of being jumped in the pits by Dragon if they stay in this current order. So that's probably the one downside. He's got the tyre wear, but yeah, the fuel's not in his favour at the moment. The Suzukis are killing it. Both Jonesy and Oil, same fuel. And yeah, Dragon's just beating out Suitlad just by about maybe 3 to 5% there. And he'll be saving a lot more now, being in his slip. Although, I think he wants to make a move here. Yes, he does. Up the inside at the end of the Kemmel Straight, he gets the job done.
Great driving from both drivers there, and precision cut back into single file. That was nose to tail with barely able to fit a sheet between them. Fantastic efforts.
Yeah, it's a very clean move from Dragon there.
Baker Boy in the chat. Baker Boy in the chat. Green VR is awesome.
TDR boys, they're all about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we've got back up the front. We've got Jonesy out to a 5.5 second lead. He is in the box seat really, and we've got Mr. Oil Can in second place. That it just never gets old. I'm sorry, Oil.
I'll be honest, I forgot about it, and until you mentioned it earlier in this stream, and it's gonna make me laugh every time I hear it. It's great.
Yeah. So Oil Can is in
if
second
anyone
place. All can.
Okay, we're gonna move on from him now.
Alright, and then we've got Mr. Dragon there, 1.5 seconds back from Oil Can. He's got a lot worse tyres actually, and slightly worse fuel, so he's kind of worse all round. But yeah, he's still definitely not out of it. And then we've got Suit just behind him on a bit better everything, apart from the fuel department. And yeah, and then Gimp on worse tyres again.
Old Gimpy boy coming home in 5th place so far. Has moved up a fair few places from starting towards the back of the field after finishing second in that in race 1, I think.
Yeah, no, he's doing quite well actually. Still a long way to go. We're only on lap 7.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, he might jump a couple of people in the pits.
And yeah,
he's
Gimp
had
has
a huge moment.
I was about to say Gimp has company with MCDC, but look, I almost take that back. Actually, is he able to hold out and still try and battle MCDC? No, there it is. Penalty.
But
that's
he's
rough.
still side by side.
I mean, I'd still be fighting that position. Nah, he doesn't.
Nah.
He goes, yep, I've got a penalty. This sucks. Let's just take the position. Let's get our heads down. That hurts.
Yeah, that's,
I mean, the alternative is...
The alternative
Agreed. Look, the alternative is, look, you've got a penalty. Oh, man, you still got to earn the spot. You can stick behind me throughout the whole mid-sector, and if I hold you up, too bad.
Yeah. For having that brilliant save that he did at a top of a Radion, Polyphony still gave him a penalty, so...
Gotta love their physics. Or their penalty engines, whatever you want to call them.
Penalty systems, yeah. But yeah, everyone's kind of a little bit spread out at the moment. I'd say our closest battle is Dragon and Suit Lad, and MCDC. That battle for third. MCDC is on a bit of a purple lap here as well. So
who have we got following up the back end of... Oh yeah, no, Suit Lad's in MCDC. Sorry, I thought there was a rogue car that had potentially already been lapped in there, but no, I am just confusing MCDC for somebody else. No, never mind me. I'll be quiet.
Yeah, no, Dragon's got the job done on Suit Lad and he's pulling away. Typical Dragon fashion, down the tyres, that's not going to slow him down. And he's also got the fuel advantage too, so yeah, he's on a charge here.
Yeah, and also, sorry, Dale.
No, good. Gimp's in.
Gimp has, just jumped in the pits there. He'll be jumping onto his second set of mediums. A bit of a splash and dash, and he'll be to the end.
That's going to be a massive undercut. So, he was in 6th when he came in, wasn't he? Or was he in 7th?
Yeah, he was 6th.
6th. Alright, so we'll kind of see where they play out. End of lap 10, I think everyone should have pitted by then.
Surely.
Although Oily may leave it to lap 15 or something.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised. Would absolutely not be surprised with Oil. He's always been known as the tyre master and the what do we want to call it? Strategy entrepreneur, pulling out new things out of his hat.
He is the tyre merchant Some say he hoards them. He doesn't throw them away after races. He hoards them. So
sleeps on a better tires.
If anyone can, or can. So yeah.
We need to make him up a sticker and put that on his livery. That's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah. So Gitman has found himself a cool 50 seconds off the lead, with a bit of fuel and tyres. So yeah, that's a long way off, but everyone has to pit. So
Steph goes in the chat, blowing us kisses. Yes, intentional pause. Steph go, cheers for the shout out, mate.
Alright. Thanks, Steckers. I mean, what's your name?
Steckers?
Steph go. Butchered that.
Okay.
Who's going to come in? We got Jonesy coming in.
Jonesy's in.
And
Oil's not in.
Stay out.
Oh, we're seeing a flurry, Dragon suit, MCDC.
Yeah.
Viper's Fang going around. Darth going around.
Look at the fuel difference: 41 for Jonesy, 29 for Dragon, 24 for Suit Lad.
Whoa, that fuel save! And being 5-6 seconds out in front, that fuel save is huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
That 7th gear, I think, helping out.
Yeah, yeah. That is huge. I'm very impressed. Good work, Jonesy.
All right, we might go on board with Gimp here, just as he comes up. Oh no, everyone's. Oh no.
We'll get some of them, surely.
Yeah, we go on board with Gimp here to see where he comes out in this pack of cars exiting pit lane. We've seen a couple come out. He might have the run on someone. Coming up, there's Suit Lad just out in front. So he's found a bit of time there, and he'll have a bit of a run all the way up Camel Straight. So yeah, I'd say that undercut has paid off there.
Yeah, and Suit Lad was one of the lowest on fuel as well, so that also wouldn't have helped. So yeah, I am hearing that the McLaren would be pretty difficult to save a lot of fuel, because to really get the speed out of it in 6th gear, you really need to kind of rev out 5th for about 20 seconds. Otherwise, you just lose up too much time. In straight line speed, 6th gear is not really that kind of that car. Okay, so Stefko's clarified he's blowing just kisses, nothing else. So I assume maybe if he was here in person, that might be a different story.
That's just the public Stefko face. We all know the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely expect the bubbles to come soon as well.
I'm just going to stay quiet and move on from that. Oil 8.2 out in front. Vipers is also holding up the front of the grid at the moment. And Dodgy, fine, you can go home now then. Not entirely sure what that is. I'll leave that up to...
Oh, he must want the bubbles.
He wants the bubbles.
Yeah, kisses aren't enough.
So Oil, how's that? Oil's done one more lap and he's still got more fuel than the drivers who pit on lap 8.
Yeah, and Viper hasn't had a bad fuel save either. Darth Berserk's done quite well. Yeah, and then Madriski as well on 30%.
So Jonesy, on board with Jonesy. Actually, I'm going to jump down to Dragon, who was effectively taking 3rd place. We'll see where Oil jumps out because he's not yet out of the pits. There he is. He's on pit exit as Dragon is rounding turn 1. So that is actually going to be pretty close. But Oil's going to have the fresher tyres and he's going to get up to speed real quick. So that sort of 2.5 second gap I think is going to remain.
Yeah, so Oily there just putting those tyres in his special collection and jumping onto some new ones. So yeah, there we go. So this should bring him to the end.
So I think the only other major change was MCDC jumped Suit Lad in the pits there. Gimpman's still within a second of Suit Lad though, keeping the pressure on. And
Dragon
who's around?
spun. MCDC avoids him.
He's got a habit of doing a pirouette and then just getting straight back on with things. Suit Lad going side by side and makes a bit of a dive. Dragon's going to come straight back at him. They're going to continue going side by side through here. Who's going to back out? Nobody. Nobody is backing out.
Nice.
Oh.
Wheel to wheel through No Name, and Suit Lad does prevail.
I think Dragon's just showing off with those pirouettes, to be honest.
Honestly, I think he's just showboating. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's let a bit wide.
Dragon says, thank you very much. I'll take that straight back. Thank you. Gimpman's all over the back of them too. He's gonna put his finger in this as well, and we'll see what it comes out smelling like the other end of it.
Yeah, Gimpy's getting right in there and trying to go nice and deep, but unfortunately nothing going just yet.
That's a conversation stopper.
I was looking at the back of his car. That's what it says on the back of his car. So
it does. Yeah.
Look, I didn't help with that. No, really great battle here for what are we looking at for fourth place? Really, MCDC is actually holding out very well after that pit stop. He's actually been able to move ahead of Dragon. Wasn't Dragon in second place before? Sorry, third place.
Yeah, the pirouette though.
Yeah, but even with pit stops, MCDC's been able to jump up quite nicely.
Yeah. So MCDC jumped Suit Lad in the pits, and then the pirouette from Dragon gave him the extra spot.
Copy. Gotcha. Yeah, get myself all confused.
Yeah, so this looks like Jonesy's race to lose, really.
You can stay quiet, thank you, Goat.
Okay, but he has got a 7-second lead. He's just laying the times down at the moment.
That's all he needs to do. Clean and consistent. 6 more laps.
Fast and sketchy at the moment. It looks like he's just put a purple sector in.
Oil's in second, so second place is Oil's to lose as well. The other 13R driver in the Suzuki. He's also just gone purple through.
If anyone can, Oil can, and that flows into 13R, so therefore Jonesy. So we all can. Let's get this done, boys.
No, look, I think they've been pretty much in control since the flag dropped, really.
Yeah, with Touchy having an unfortunate spin and then bowing out, it really just handed that lead immediately over to Jonesy and just giving him that clean air, and yeah, absolutely nailing it.
Oh, Gimp's getting a little bit all out of shape. He's just trying to keep on the back of Suit Lad and Dragon here. He's just still kind of hanging around that 1 second mark. Every time he gets a little bit closer, it's just just a little bit of a slide just puts him straight back again. So really needs a bit of a battle here between Suit Lad and Dragon to capitalize on that and see if he can kind of take them both down the front straight again.
It's going to be a big ask. I think Gimp's going to have to settle in. Maybe hope for a bit of a battle between Dragon and Suit. Bring him just back into contention here, but who knows what their fuel is going to look like towards the end of the race, and really, who can challenge who?
Yeah, they're all flying out there. I'm pretty sure all of them were on a purple at sector 1 or 2 throughout that lap. So Jonesy's gone purple, then Oil's in second, he's gone purple.
Dragon purple.
So Dragon's gone purple. Gimpman just lost it a little bit on that final corner there, but MCDC was only not even a 10th behind Oil on his lap time as well, and Suit Lad was right there. They all would have beat the purple lap. First to fifth would have beat the purple lap. That had already been set earlier in the race, so they are flying now that these fuel levels are nearing about halfway.
Jonesy's got a 1 second penalty. So
plenty of time to spare. Calculated. I like it.
Yep.
Well, he does have a cool 7 seconds pushing to Mr. Oil.
Oh, Suit Lad's gone 3.5 tenths purple in sector 1 in Dragon slipstream there. So Dragon is no slouch around the rest of the track. We could see yet another change of fastest lap here.
Jonesy says that's rookie numbers. He was 4.5 tenths without the slip.
Hey, see? Perfect. He can make up that 1 second loss in 2 laps.
That's it. I mean, that just shows the top speed of that Suzuki, though. No slip.
It's menacing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely menacing.
Now, are you going to be glad to be out of it, though, for the second half of the season, or are you going to miss it?
Mixed feelings. I like that car. A little bit bummed that I didn't get to race it in Div 1, but honestly, yeah, I like that car. But moving into the Merc for the second half of the season, I can't complain. It's a fantastic car.
Yeah, it is a very solid car, mainly everywhere. So, yeah, I think you'll be in good stead with that.
Dragon's still 3.5 tenths purple at the second split as well, so we might see these times come tumbling even further down into the 16s here. So that 1 second penalties cost Jonesy about 2 seconds, so a couple more of those and oil will be right in here. But we'll see what sort of time they come across the line with. Can he get a 16 down? Just misses it. 17.1 for oil. MCDC 17.3. Dragon 16.9. So just lost 4 tenths.
Suit Lab with a 16.8.9. There you go.
Oh, there it is. And Gimp's just dropping off just that little bit. His tyres are not really holding up. Although he did come in about a lap or two before these guys. Dodgy's calling out that you're not in the Mercedes low side.
That's awkward. Oh, that's, yeah, true. I wanted the Mercedes, but politely gave that up to TDR, Team Dodgy Racing. So you can thank me later, Dodgy, if you dominate the second half of the season. But no, we're in the vet. 13-0 is in the vet for the for the second half of season. What are we? 13. Yeah.
Is there a driver swap we're not aware of yet? That will put you in the Merc.
No comment. No, there's absolutely no driver swaps. As far as I'm aware, everything is staying as is.
And in my opinion, the Vet is a better version of the Mercedes anyway.
I mean, it's been a championship-winning car with multiple different drivers, multiple different teams. So it's definitely no slouch. I'm looking forward to it, and it's similar shifting to the Suzuki as well. So we've gotten used to short shifting, and that's ingrained in our driving patterns now. It's easy to transfer over to the Vet too.
Yeah, you just need to stop looking for 7th gear.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I do that in most of my cars these days. Looking for 6th, not 7th, but always in 5th on the freeway looking for another gear.
What do you drive?
I have multiple cars. I have 2 Hiluxes and a Honda Jazz. Little Jazz is a race car. Great fun.
Yeah. There you go. Alright, well, the gap between Dragon and Suit Lad has stayed the same basically. There's still half a second separating them. Suit Lad is just too far away to make a move at the moment. Like, he's very close, but just on the straight, that thing just gets a boogie on. Not much you can do about it. Oil has done a 16.4 on mediums.
He's got the gap under 4 seconds to Jonesy.
A 16.
Putting the pressure on with 4 to go.
Hey, that is flying. That
on
is
mediums,
super quick. Yeah. Oh, it's a big moment.
Oh, that was tied over the top of the hill,
but,
yeah.
As Captain would say, calculated.
Well, yes, but also no.
As he's 3 tenths purple already.
3.5 tenths purple. Are we going to see a 15 out of him before the end? Yeah, before the end of the race.
Suit Lad's also 1.5 tenths purple in Dragon Slip. Coming down into the camel. So it shows that this Super really isn't a slouch in a straight line, though.
No.
It may be about 50 years old, but it has got the mumbo jumbo down the Camel Straight. Man, it is awesome to see that car out there too, though.
Oh, that Super is an absolute iconic beast of a car, and it's great to see Dragon doing it. Some well-deserved justice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I missed something, or have I just not been paying attention to the gap between MCDC and Dragon? Has that been reducing? I think I'm starting to see MCDC in the foreground. Oh, Dragon's wide.
Oh, they're coming down about a few tenths most laps.
And that's going to be so slow through there. His tyres are going to be wet and dirty.
That might be a...
I don't know how, but Dragon has managed to hold out position on Suit Lad.
Or
Goes defensive.
Penalty as well.
And he's
will force him narrow here.
He's lucked out on the penalty. I'm impressed.
Me too.
So he's now 2 seconds down.
He's
gone wide again.
Says dirty tyres.
And
So he's managed to hold it though.
He slipped straight back into, well, sort of. There's the penalty. Says can't get away with it twice.
Harsh. He actually lost time in a position, and then they
still
give him the
cops
penalty.
half a second. Yeah.
That's so odd. So odd. Another one for going wide through there as well. Another half second. So.
Yeah, there we go.
Just from bad to worse. That'll put him right in the grips of Gimpman now. He's only 1.5 behind him. So.
Where's the penalty burn on this track?
The back. I call it the back straight. It's that kind of twisty thing.
Ah, yes, true.
Yeah, it's the back straight, isn't it? Yeah.
The isn't straight.
Yeah. The flat section of the course. Dare I say, Gimp's gonna almost be able to walk past Dragon here along that back straight. 1 second. Depends how close he can keep it.
Well, Jonesy had that 1 second penalty earlier, and it cost him 2 seconds to oil.
Yeah, there you go.
Speaking of, it's down to 2.8 with 3 laps to go.
Ooh, oil closing in.
And he was about 9/10 of a second quicker that last lap.
Yeah, 2:16.451. I think it's done 2:16.4s now.
Yeah.
Alright, so the gap between MCDC and Suit Lad sitting at 3.8 now. Certainly given that battle between Suit and Dragon has certainly given MCDC a little bit of breathing room. I don't see that gap reducing though.
Yeah, I don't see it really becoming so close where there's going to be any moves being made there. I think top 3 are pretty much locked in here. Maybe Oily can get the gap down to Jonesy into first and make a go of it on the final lap, but took it a little bit away before that comes to fruition. So here we go. Gimp's still 1.6 behind 1.5, so he's right in that range to. It's really down to how difficult Dragon makes it for him through the kink, but Gimp's right in prime position to take advantage here. As he's serving that penalty now, Gimpman 1-2, 1 second 8/10. Yeah, easy done. Gimp up into
not much
5th.
Dragon could do about that. Yeah. No,
Easy
it
move.
really hurts you all down that straight with that loss of momentum.
And he's now 1.2 back.
I think this will be a bit of a battle over the next 2 laps. 1 second now, just under a second. Gimp being on a couple lap older tyres, I believe, or maybe just 1 lap older tyres. But Dragon being a controller user is also going to go through his tyre wear, tyre life a little bit quicker. Interesting.
They're pretty much even, except for Dragon's rears are so much better than the rears on the MR McLaren.
Interesting.
Fronts are about the same. So we'll give that kind of commentator curse was probably on Baker Boy. Sorry, Baker. He's coming to the Dragons boogieing off now, and then unlucky for him.
I might bring your attention to this battle for first with Oily and Jonesy.
Dragon's got another 1 second penalty.
Driver.
Sorry.
Oh, you're
Just
joking.
like he's got another 1 second penalty.
Oh no. That at a Rouge.
Yeah, must have been.
Yeah. Oh, that is unlucky. I don't think he will lose position, but it's gonna bring him out of the fight with Gimp, unless Gimp does something catastrophic.
Well, it cost him about 3 seconds though to Gimp. He was about 1.5, 1.6 in front. Then by the end of it, it was 1.2 behind. Darth Berserk's only 3.5 back. So that'll, with 1 lap to go, that'll put Darth Berserk in slip range for the final lap.
Gonna open up a bit of a battle there, yeah.
Yeah, well, I might bring your attention to this battle for first. We've got Oily 1.3 behind Jonesy. And Oily has been in the 16s for the last 3 laps, and Jonesy has not touched a 16 all race. So Oily is definitely on fire. He's got better tyres, a little bit more fuel, and this last lap, so I wouldn't put it past Oily to do something pretty magical there.
It's one flat as they cross the line as well. Another 16 for him, 16.7. Jonesy in 18.0. So a 1.3 second difference in the lap times. Down to 8.5 tenths through turn 1.
Do you think those 2 laps fresher tyres are really helping Oil along here?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. I
personally, completely putting myself outside of the team here. I don't see Oil making a move for first place. He'll let Jonesy know he's there, but I really don't see a move being made.
I've totally missed something here, but Gimpman I think might have also come unstuck somewhere. Darth Berserk's got them both. Darth Berserk's got both Gimp and...
True.
No, so my apologies. It might have been Gimp that had the penalty, not Dragon.
Yeah, Dragon's 2 seconds up the road. We're seeing Gimp and Darth going side by side down Kemmel. Darth slots back in line. But Gimp is looking like he's struggling a little bit just to get that car rotated.
Yeah.
Baker Boy in the chat, who can? Oil can.
Oil can. That's it. I was going to mention that just in case we forgot. But Mr. Oil Can is within 6 tenths now of Mr. Jonesy, so it is. I reckon
Look, it is on
at this bus stop.
It is on. I know these guys like to be just solely in their car. They're not in a group chat. They're not in a party chat. So 99% sure they won't have comms with each other.
Oil's got a little tail. Yeah, that's kind of ruined the momentum there. I don't think he'll be able to tack on and make a move at the bus stop now.
That's a shame.
They're both going to be extremely happy with being able to take home a potential 1-2. I say potential because there's still the bus stop to go. But 8.8 seconds out to MCDC. Maybe something happened there. Anyway, jumping back up the front. Jonesy, Oil, special 1-2 finish. Boys, good work. Great work.
Yeah.
1-2.
Yeah. Well done.
Love it.
Can't ask for much more than that. As we see Mr. MCDC coming across the line in a solid 3rd position. Well done, mate. Suit Lad coming across in 4th position.
Darth Berserk trying to get a move on Gimp Man at the final corner. He just
run
can't
to the line.
The power down.
Ooh. Gimp 6th, Darth 7th. Vipers just in the background there running across in 8th.
Yeah, Madrisky coming through the bus stop now. He's going to take home 9th, which is a bit of bad luck for Mid.
Bit of drama-filled weekend.
A lot of pace. Yeah. And then just rounding out the bus stop now, we have DCE. Just a little bit of a one to forget for Mr. DCE Racing. But anyway, I thought that was a good race. Good to watch.
Great race, great control from Jonesy right from the start, and runs through and just cleans up the win. Oil for 2nd place as well, rounding out 13 front row. Fantastic efforts.
Yeah, so thanks to everyone in Division 2 for going around the track. And thanks again to our wonderful sponsors. If you guys weren't here, we wouldn't be able to do this week in and week out.
Couldn't agree more. Any info for those who are watching for next round? Where are we going? What have we got in store?
It's the crossbows. That's about all I remember.
It is.
Are we supposed to be doing Red Bull short in the crossbows?
It is Red Bull short. So, yeah, I think we're gonna see a bit more rain, just to mix things up a little. You know.
Yeah. Red Bull short crossbow.
I don't mind Red Bull in the wet. I do enjoy that circuit. So it'll be interesting in the crossbow though. So plenty of action coming up on the Wheel to Wheel YouTube channel. Keep your eyes out. Usually stream 5:30 and 7:30 on a Sunday afternoon/evening, depending on where you're watching. But thank you all for watching and joining us here tonight. With that, we're going to wrap things up. Enjoy. See you all next time.